Hello and welcome to another session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be taking you through class. Let's go ahead and come on up. We're going to start with our breathing and then we'll get right down on the floor. So you'll want to have a mat out. We're going to be doing some bear crawls this morning, some down dog, knee to elbow. So we're going to warm up our wrists early on too. All right, our spinal cord breathing, feet just underneath the hips. Breathe in, circle those arms around, palms together, and then gently exhale, chin to the chest, bowing forward. Think about 3 to 5 cycles here. Breathe in, lift and open, divide the arms, squeeze the glutes as you look up towards the ceiling or sky, pausing at the top. Exhale, nice and smooth, tuck it down and in. A few more times here, nice and gradual. And open. Last one. Exhale all the way down and in. A little bit longer exhale than normal. And relax from there. As you finish that last breath, go ahead and walk the feet a little bit wider. Go ahead and reach down for the ground. We're going to make our way down to the floor. Coming onto your knees. We're going to stretch out those forearms. Palms down, fingers turn in towards you. Gently lean back. Get a nice stretch there. And you can rock it side to side. Very good. From there, hold most of the weight in your legs, and then we're going to go palms up. So just very gently set the back of the hands down on the floor, and then from there, ever so gently leaning back. This side often is a little bit more tender. Feel a little intense. Good. Come off, shake it out. Shake out those wrists. Very good. And now let's circle them around. Go about 5 times one direction and reverse 5 times the other. Fantastic. All right, from here, we're going to go right into our first series. We're going to be doing 3 rounds of this. So we're going to start with our down dog, knee to elbow. You're going to take a nice wide handprint, place it underneath the shoulders, turn those toes under. From here, we're going to drive those hips high, pushing the head between the arms nice and lightly. And you're going to come forward into that plank position. Bring your knee towards the same side elbow for this first round. Come back into that down dog. And now same thing, opposite leg. Pull that knee in, looking to touch, or come as close as you comfortably can to that elbow. So breathe in as you push back in that down dog position. Exhale as you come forward. 30 seconds to go. Taking your time, good movement patterns, good positions here. Trying to lift up through that mid body as you come forward. Open that mid back as you push back. Good, maybe one more each side. And relax down. Good job. Go ahead and come off your hands. You're going to lay face down on your stomach, going into our lying flies neck. So palms up, chin in, 2, 1. When you're ready, you're going to lift your upper body, kind of push your hands up to the sky, pull that chin in, and really focus on engaging the back side of the body. Hold here for, 2, 5, upward to 10 seconds, then down and relax, then right back up. If you want to lift your feet off the ground, you can. Just think about trying to extend to the top of your head, the bottom of your feet, and down and relax. Good. Squeeze, lift. Halfway through. You don't want to have any kind of pinching that low back. Really trying to fire the bum. Squeeze, 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 and down and relax. Maybe one more. Up and hold, chin pulled in. And relax from there. Good job. From here, we're going into our bear crawls. So you're going to come back to all fours, make a nice wide handprint to support those wrists. And then 2, 1, when you're ready, you're going to barely pick your knees up off the ground. And now we're going to go alternating sides. Left hand with the right foot, right hand with the left foot. Depending upon your space, you'll go forward for a few steps and then take it backwards. Our goal here is hips level to the shoulders, midline nice and strong. Breathe as you move. Push into the balls of the hand or the heel of the hand. Halfway through. Nice and sequential. Right hand, left hand. There you go, good. Staying low. Very nice. 10 more seconds. Taking it back. And 2, 1, and rest. Very good. Back to your mat. If you're not, go ahead and take it over onto your back. We're going to do a short stretch before we go back to the top. So come onto our back, pull the knees in towards your chest, and then gently rock yourself side to side. That feels good there. 2 knee twist, arms out to the side. Both legs come to one side as you turn your head, looking over the opposite side. Using that midline, legs up, sweep across, same thing other way. Very nice. Let's get about one more time on each side. Very good. Go ahead and even out that second side. And then when you're ready, start to make your way back over to all fours. Round 2 of our down dog, knee to elbow. We'll start in 10 seconds. And this time we're going to go knee towards the opposite elbow. So place those hands back underneath the shoulders, turn those toes under, and here we go. Opening that mid back, pushing back, and now knee across the body to the opposite elbow. Hips nice and high. Invite those heels to start to drop down as well. Get a little calf stretch at the same time. Pushing up and back. Remember, we're going to inhale as we push back. Exhale as we come forward. Beautiful. That's halfway. Lengthening. And then firing that midline, bringing it across. Good. Let's get a couple more on each side. Very good. 10 seconds. Balance out each side. 2, 1, and relax. Going back down to our stomachs. I'm going to keep the hands at the side. If anybody wants a little bit more activation of that upper body, you can go hand behind the head. Call it like a flying Superman, or stay with that first position. 2, 1, here we go. Chin in, lift and squeeze. Really trying to pull those shoulder blades together, and then down and relax. Up, everything tight. We're focused to try to not compress into that low back. So you're engaging everything without just kind of relaxing into those joints. Keep that back side of the body activated. Relax anytime you need. Just a momentary relaxation, and then nice deep breath in, lift and squeeze. Kind of push the hands away if you're using this position with the upper body. Down and relax. Let's go a couple more. Up and hold, chin in, looking straight down. And ease it off. Last one. 2, 1, and relax. Good job. Coming on up, gonna drop back for a moment. We're gonna come back into a stretch here as soon as we finish this next bear crawl. So when you're ready, spread those fingers nice and wide, place those hands down, and knees just off the ground, and then here we go. Breathing and moving here, really pushing your palm into the floor. Nice. It's funny, I feel more like a frog. You feel more like a frog than a bear. That works too. Whatever kind of animal. Frogs kind of hop around though, I think a little bit more. Opposite knee, opposite arm. Halfway through.
Not our frogs, they're too fat to hop.
Yeah. Those frogs are just swimming around catching flies. Awesome job. 20 seconds to go. Keep that focus. One side of the body, opposite side of the body. Fantastic. 2, 1, and resting here. We're gonna go that child's position for this rest break. Toes together, knees divide, and reach those arms out. Rock those hips back. Breathe nice and deep here into that mid back. On that exhale, see if you can drop just a little closer to the floor. One more. Very good. And just do a little brief little side stretch with the child's position. Walk the hands to one side. Take your hand and reach it nice and long and lower down from there. Take about 2 to 3 breaths on this side. I feel it more into my torso here on the side body. And when you're ready, walk those hands to the opposite side. Walk it around, reaching out and lowering down from there. Good. One more breath. And shake it out. All right, 10 seconds till we get into our final round. Last time, that down dog knee to elbow. Let's stick with across the body, knee towards the opposite elbow. Place those hands in position, turn those toes under, and here we go. Pushing back. Invite those heels to drop down, and exhale as you bring that knee across the body. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, bringing it forward. Awesome. Good, that's our halfway point. Still lifting up through that mid back and a little bit of a rounding there to make room for that knee to come through. Fantastic. Let's get about one more on each side. And 2, 1, down and rest. Onto your stomach. This doesn't feel comfortable for anyone. If you want to roll over on your back, you could do some glute bridges as well for this third round. Either hands at the side, behind the head, or outstretched in front. 2, 1, when you're ready. Lift and squeeze. Point those toes. Down or relax anytime you need. You get to choose how long do you hold that position. Even with my arms behind my back, I'm still thinking shoulder blades together, kind of keeping those shoulders down out of the ears. Fantastic. Squeeze, 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 and rest. Beautiful. Halfway through, 20 seconds left. Breathe in as you lift up. If you're holding for quite a while, breathe as you hold the movement. Recommend not holding the breath as you focus. Let's go one more. Pulling those shoulder blades together, lifting up. 2, 1, and rest there. Making your way up. Getting ready for our final bear crawl. Set those hands beneath the shoulders. Knees barely come off the ground, and then here we go. Opposite arm, opposite leg. That midline firing. Trying to sync one side of the body with the other. Nice and steady. Wonderful. Here's our first 20 seconds.
Okay.
Good morning. Staying focused, walking back.
Cosmo, are you doing yoga too?
Good. Almost there. Cosmo's working hard.
It really is.
Good. About 10 more seconds. Taking it all the way back to the start. And 2, 1, and go ahead and rest. All right, if your water's nearby, grab a quick drink. I'm gonna stay down here for a couple stretches before we come back to our feet.
Whoa.
Belly rubs. Fantastic. All right, while we're down here, let's go ahead and come onto our sides. You're gonna stretch out those quads.
I work out 11.
Grab that top foot, go ahead and pull it back. We'll hold for about 20.
Yeah, I get some boots.
I'm like, hey, where's my belly rub, lady?
Yeah.
I'll just roll over, have our bellies rubbed. I don't know if I'd like that or not, right? And 2, 1, let's relax this leg, swing it around to the other side. Shift out those quads. Get ready for some deadlifts. That's our focus, a little bit of cardio work with the option in between arms. We're gonna be doing a suitcase deadlift. That's where we have the weight on the outside of our body. Focus on not having any rotational work happen through the midline. And rest there. Good job. We're gonna go figure 4 on our back. Onto your back, set those shoulder blades. Let's take your right foot on that left thigh. Go ahead and hug that leg in. Center of the head. Spend about the first 15 seconds here, just inviting this outer right hip to open. If you'd like, while you're doing this, feel free to take that left ankle, kind of roll it around a few times. 3 to 5 times one direction, and then switch directions on that rotation. Once you've done those ankle rolls, let's also say hello to the little hamstring on that left leg. Extending that leg up, pulling the toes to your face. Point the toes away. Pull them back. As you pull them back down, bend the knee down and in. And twice more. Extend. Inviting that sciatic nerve to get moving on the back side of the leg. Slide it back and forth, up and down. Looking to keep it from getting stuck along its path. One more time. Point, lift, and bending down and in. Good job. One more nice solid squeeze, pulling it in towards your chest, and then release. Same thing, opposite side. Cross that foot over and hugging it in. Hello, hips. And now we'll roll the right ankle around. Let's go about 5 times one way and 5 the other. Nice. Once you finish those ankle rolls, extending the right leg, point the foot away, pull it back towards your face as you bend that knee down and in. Hug that thigh in as you bend the knee in. Twice more. Extend, point, lift, and bend. Last time. Up, point, back towards the face, and down. And then release. All right. Hips start getting a little bit crammed up in there. So before we come back up, set those shoulder blades back and down. We're going to do a couple bridges with the hips, and we're going to add that reach across the body. Some of you have done this before. So we're going to bridge the hips first, pushing them up and forward, and then you're going to push through your right foot, and you're going to take your right hand, reach over that left shoulder as far as you comfortably can, really trying to open up that right hip. We'll come down in between sides, and then we'll bridge again. This time, left hand, drive through that left foot, reaching over the right shoulder and back down. You can imagine if I were like laying on my back and have my arms up to overhead, like I'm doing like the YMCA, that's about where you're trying to reach. Like I'm taking my right hand and trying to kind of touch where my left hand would be if I had that overhead position. Let's get about 3 on each side. Hips bridge and then reach. Good, down in between. Straight up, last time each side. Reaching across. Fire that bum. And balance it out, up, and left hand reaches over to the right side. Fantastic. All right, from there, we're gonna roll it back over and let's make our way up to our feet. Feel free to take your time, spending a little bit more time in a down dog, but taking a moment to really stretch out each calf. So we'll lower one heel down and then the other. All right. And once those calves get stretched out a little bit better, we'll inchworm our way. Feet towards the hands, hands towards the feet, and come on up. Wonderful. I can reach up to overhead, give a little twist, looking over the opposite shoulder, and then just kind of shake out those arms. So a little side step here. Side step arm swing. All right, we're going to be doing 3 rounds of that suitcase deadlift. Great time to grab a little drink here. I'm just going to give us some cues here. We'll get started in about a minute. But as I mentioned, we want to think like old school deadlifts or old school suitcases rather, where you had to carry the weight on one side of the body. This is going to be a little bit more challenging for the spine. We're trying to avoid any kind of shift to the side. If you're kind of nurturing your low back at all a little bit, you may want to stick with what we call like our single arm sumo deadlift, where you'd have the weight between the legs. That's a little less stress on the back. So make that adjustment as needed. And if anything is going on that you're like, hey, I don't feel like I can hinge today, you could always sub in a squat if that's any better for your body. I would sub in a waiter squat where I hold the weight on one side and squat down. I'll be doing the hinges, but always want to give you some options from there. We're going to be working for 30 seconds. In between sides, we're going to have the option for some jumping jacks, or you can just step, kind of get a little bit of blood flow, and then we'll go from there. All right, so go ahead and pick a side you want to start on. Recommend starting on your left if that's your non-dominant side. If you're doing that suitcase version, you're going to have the toes pointing straight ahead, standing nice and tall, shoulders back, little bend in those knees, bowing forward at the waist, and 2, 1, here we go. Push those legs, engage the glutes, standing straight up, controlling down. Good. You want to keep that weight close to the body so it's coming down just by the ankle. And if you're someone that has trouble with the range of motion to touch your toes, maybe don't go all the way. Maybe just come to about knee height or mid shin. Look a little bit like this. So only as far as you can hold that nice long spine. Squeeze. One more. Over, up, and rest. Good job. Clear your space. Set the weight to the side. Blood flow is next. So you can jump or you can step. Recommend some jumping jacks here or some step jacks. Take 30 seconds. Good. Halfway through, 15 to go. Eyes up, head up. Nice smooth breathing. All right, almost there in 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we'll take 15 seconds and then we'll come back to the opposite side. For that suitcase, walk those feet in, toes pointing straight on, standing tall, getting ready to go in 2, 1, and opposite side of the body. So watch for any kind of twist. See, the hips kind of want to twist towards, depending upon your body. Maybe sometimes you'll tend to twist away. So try to feel where you are, sending those hips straight back, straight up. Squeeze the bum. Stack those shoulders straight over top of the hips. Good. 1 or 2 more. And 2, 1, and rest. Very nice. Set that down. Feel free to take a full rest here if you want a little bit more recovery, or we're going to go to march and punch, or you can do a little skip with it if you'd like. Eyes up, chest up. Try to keep those hands up at like shoulder height. Very nice. As you lift the knees, lift the foot and toes as well. Wonderful. Halfway. So you need to kind of slow it down or keep it going. Final 10 seconds. Good. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're gonna take 30 seconds. A little bit longer if you need to make any changes with your weights. Grab a little drink of water. We're gonna do it twice more through. We're back on the deadlift on the first side. Toasty. Yeah. Yeah, it gets a little warm in here. Feel free to open that door.
Yeah.
All right. 10 seconds till we start. Set those feet, toes straight on. Check in with your posture. Standing tall, hinging forward. Here we go. Round 2. Bowing down. Standing smooth. Good, long spine, hips go back. Looking down as you lower, looking straight ahead at the top. Good. All those stabilizer muscles of the core that work a little bit more when we only hold weight on one side of the body. 2, 1, and rest. Move that weight out of the way. Feel good. Oh yeah. Jumping jacks, ready and go. Jumper step. This is just meant to be blood flow. So if you have something besides a jumping jack that you prefer, if you have a little rebounder around that you can jump on, that's great too. Over halfway, 10 more seconds. Wonderful, almost there. 2, 1, there's our rest. Take 15 seconds. We're back to the other side of the body. Very nice. Come back to center, set the feet, 2, 1, and here we go. Bowing forward, standing straight up and down. Bracing the whole time. Midline strong. Stand with confidence, lower with control. That's our halfway. Good. Avoiding that shift of the hips. As you get fatigued, then you'll tend to compensate a little bit more. Down, up, and rest. Wonderful. Skipping, march and punch. You can even do like a running high knees here. Good, here we go, 30 seconds. Kind of vary it up a little bit. Very nice. And you can either stay stationary, move around your area, chest nice and tall. All right, I'm gonna go into that cross body now. Halfway through. We have a 30-second rest break coming up next. So stay strong, keep moving. There you go, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome, 30 seconds. Grab some water, we'll be back for our final round. Yeah, I'll be like hot fitness in here in a couple more months.
Yeah.
Palisade window, stay calm. All right, everyone, final round starting in 10. Back to your first side. Set with those feet. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Squeeze that bum. You tend to want to overarch the deadlift, so just straight up and down. Think shoulders stacked over the hips. Brace that midline as you lower. Good, halfway. You can also stay focused on that shoulder position, not letting it round forward, setting it back on the rib cage. Good, last one. And rest. Awesome. Jumping jacks, rebounding, whatever you prefer. And here we go. You can do like a little lateral hop here. If you are doing a little bit of jumping, try to have like a nice relaxed ankle. So you don't want to stay high on those toes. You want to have like a little give, a little play. Heel relaxes down, nice and light. You want to be absorbing the impact and not just feel like you're hammering down. So nice and light, nice and bouncy. 2, 1, and rest. Good, we'll take 15. Last time on that second side. Set those feet, toes pointing straight on, long through the torso, bowing down. Here we go. Squeeze the bum. So I tend to inhale as I lower, exhale as I stand. Try to breathe in the nose, out the mouth. Halfway through. Fantastic. Almost there. And rest. All right. Take a break. We're gonna do a full minute of blood flow here. We'll change it up every 15 seconds, starting with either a march or running high knee. So our last little piece of this circuit. We'll have one more after this. This is all the real intense blood flow. All right, from the running high knees to a step or jump jack. Second 15 seconds. Good. Eyes up. Staying relaxed to those ankles. Heels kind of graze down. Good, and third 15 seconds. March and punch, or add the skip, the little extra hop. Nice. Fantastic. And either back to those jump jacks or maybe like a little lateral rebounding here, just kind of side to side. Imagine you're like on the ski slopes. I don't really know anything about that, but I've seen it.
And it looked just like
it looks just like this, right? 2, 1, and rest. All right, awesome job. Grab a drink. I was gonna try to get fancy and name some skiers, and I'm like, I'm gonna just mess up their names. All right, fantastic. Get a little drink. We're gonna do a couple stretches, and then we'll finish out our circuit. It's got some accessory work for the upper body, and you'll have a choice here of either some squatting or some kettlebell swings. We're gonna do a stagger stance, left foot forward, take your right foot back, and we're gonna stretch out that upper body a little bit. So we don't wanna sway back here. Ribs down, squeeze the bum of that trail leg, and grab that elbow. Lengthening through the neck and taking it to the side. So shift the back hip, squeeze the bum on that trail leg, and bend towards the front leg. Good. Watch the posture of the upper body. Chin in, lengthen as you side bend. Good. Couple more. Hip shift and taking it to the side. Last one. Good. Relax those arms down for a second. And then we're going to keep the feet where they are. Raise the arms up. Kind of interlace those hands. And now instead of side bend, just going to rotate. So opening up that hip flexor in a little bit different fashion of that trail leg. Rotating through that torso. Turn the eyes as well. Trying to look over that left side or whichever side you're rotating towards. One more here. Squeeze the bum. Rotate. And shake it out. All right, in between sides, behind the back stretch. Interlace the hands. Extend those elbows. Lifting the chest. Root down in those legs. And bowing forward. Try to let your head be nice and heavy here as you bow forward. Let gravity do its job, kind of pulling that head down. The more you relax, the more relief you'll get through the neck and the cervical spine there. One more breath. When you're ready, push through your feet, belly strong, tuck those hips under. Come on up. And then let's balance ourselves out. Your right foot forward, left foot back, starting with that tricep side bend. Reaching that arm of the trail leg up, chin in. And remember, we're going to try to shift those hips and then taking it to the side. Lengthen, engage the bum of that trail leg, opening that hip as you side stretch. Good. Front foot should be firmly planted on that heel. Shin should be vertical. If you're too narrow, that knee's going to shoot forward. So just make sure it's in a good position. A couple more. Good. Arms relaxed down. Keep the feet staggered. And now we'll go with that elongation. So interlace the hands, stretching up. And now instead of a lateral bend, we're going to rotate. Turn your torso towards the front leg. Turn the head as well. Breathe in as you come back to center. Engage the bum. Squeeze that glute of the back leg as you rotate. A few more. Last one. And shake it out. All right, fantastic. So we're going to go fairly light weights here. I'm going to talk you through these next movements. Recommend, I'm going to use some 5s, maybe 2.5s if you have them, something nice and light. 8 to 12 reps is our rep scheme, so we're not going for time here, but for reps. You can make the adjustments as needed. So for our first exercise, you have a choice here. You can either stand tall and do a lateral raise just like this. If you want to include a little bit more back work, you can take it into a bent over lateral raise where you bow forward and do it just like here. So I'm going to demo the standing version since we did quite a bit of hinging. So whenever you're ready, 8 to 12, standing tall. People tend to kind of shoot their head out as they lift up. So think chin in. I'm going to try to count as I talk here. It's always a challenge.
15, 16.
Exactly. Nice and smooth. No, I appreciate the help. You need like a little counter here. They probably have an app for that, right? Count my reps for me. Good. 1 or 2 more. All right. So after the upper body, Now you can choose. If you're coming tomorrow to class, we will be doing squats then, but you can do some body weight squats here if you do want to get some squatting in, 8 to 12. You're good for a little bit more hinging. You could also do a kettlebell swing or a dumbbell swing where you go 8 to 12 of these Russian swings. So your choice, whenever you're ready, go for either squat or swings. You want to do a little bit more, a little bit rest, a little bit less. You know, the 8 to 12 is always the recommendation. I'm just here to guide. You get to choose. All right, rest that there. No rush, finish when you're ready. The next movement of the upper body is going to be a front raise. So feet are straight on. I'm going to go alternating arms. Up and down. Again, it's always 8 to 12 on this circuit here. Head nice and neutral. I had just a little play in my legs, just a little bend in those knees. Look in the shoulders. What's that?
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. Pulling that midline. Yeah, don't let your back arch. Pull on the gut. That's
I got a gut.
Belly button in. All right, maybe 1 or 2 more on each side. Very nice. And then we're back to either your squats or swings, your choice, 8 to 12. So we're going upper body, lower body. If you are doing those swings, notice the weight at the top, it's just right up on my inner thighs. You don't want to go low with it. So it's that same forward chest angle, similar to like if we bow forward for the deadlift. You want to keep it close to your center of gravity. The lower it is on the ground, towards the ground, it's going to be harder on your back. Very good. From there, pull aparts. So if you have a TheraBand, you're going to utilize that. We're going to double the reps on this one. So I'll reach straight out and then I'll extend. So 16 to 20-ish. Still engage the midline, kind of engaging the lower body. Let them shrug into the ears. And you also want to avoid, you want to just open the chest. We don't want to rotate those shoulders forward. So just open and close, open and close. If you don't have the bands, you can just imagine you did. Push it away. A few more. Very nice. All right. And then our lower body movement. So this will be the end of set 1. I'll take you through definitely 1 more round and then we'll get a good stretch. All right, so squats or swings. Fantastic. Finish out that set. Grab a quick drink and we'll go back to the top, the standing lateral raises or bent over lateral raises. When you're ready, check in with your feet. We tend to stand a little funny sometimes. So this is where you can kind of reset your movement patterns. Toes straight on. Ribs down, belly pulled in, little bend in the knees. Watch that chicken neck position, chin in. I think long spine. Lifting up strong, lowering smooth. Good. A few more. Fantastic. Squats or swings. Or rest. Here we go. Nice. Beautiful. Finish that set. 2 more left on the upper body. Front raise, and I should have, we're doing it alternating, but maybe you don't have like even weight, so that's kind of awkward. You can also do both arms together, holding one weight on each side. Totally up to you. I caught myself there, so the foot was kind of toed out, toes straight on. Belly pulled in, gut pulled in. It's always interesting to notice our language, right? How do we talk to ourselves? The gut's a bad thing, but it kind of has
why can we say gut health, but we can't say
we can't say gut. I guess we can say pull a gut in. I guess I always envision people being like, my beer gut, or like this like negative connotation too. Very nice. All right, second and last time on the lower body. Getting in some good volume on those squats, so those choosing the squats. And maybe the swings don't feel right for you too. If you want to slow it down a little bit, you can always go back to a 2-arm deadlift with bowing forward and stand. Otherwise, swings just add a little bit more dynamic movement. But if we're feeling tender in the low back, we don't need dynamic movement. We need more stability. Build up enough strength of good core control and stability work, and you can move into the dynamic work over time. All right, last one in the upper body, the pull aparts. Let's be on the recording. Or anyone here live, if you want to take it through another round, you're always welcome to do that. For the sake of time, we're going to have this be our final round. Finish with a cool down stretch. Shoulders down out of the ears. Shoulder blades pull back. Avoid that forward rotation. Remember, we're going double reps here, so roughly 16 to 24 times. Whew, feel the burn. Fantastic. All right, last time through the lower body, and then we'll call it a session with the stretches. Squats, regular deadlifts, or swings. Here we go. Good, consistent breathing. Wonderful. Finish it out, grab a drink. And we'll do our first stretch here standing. We're going to stretch out those quads again. You can challenge your balance a little bit here if you're up for it. So standing tall, balance as needed. Lift up out of those hips to grab the foot. And here we go. Reach the arm out. The more fatigued you are, the harder the balance is going to be. Don't let the hip kick out. So lift up to that support leg. Lift up through the midline. 2, 1, and release that foot. Same thing other side, pulling up and in. Grab on and hold. And it's quite common to have it where you can't quite grab that foot. So you can always go back that side lying position on the ground. It makes it easier to grab the foot. Sometimes people need to use a band there, some kind of rope or something to grab the foot with. And shake that out. All right, before we go down to the floor, we're going to go a toe touch with a crossover. So let's take left foot crosses over the right, pull the belly button in, and reach on down. Remember that heavy head position that we talked about with the behind the back stretch earlier? Making sure the knees aren't hyperextended here. Let's go one more breath. Exhale, and gradually come on up. In between sides, step the feet a little bit wider than normal. Hands on the thighs, bowing forward, and we're going to give a little rotational twist here, pushing the knee out, rotating over that shoulder. Breathe in, back to center, same thing other way. get about 2 to 3 times each direction. Breathe in, exhale. Breathe in and exhale. All right, we gotta even the body out with that crossover toe touch. So now your right foot's gonna cross in front of the left. Stand tall and gently bow forward. Try to relax through the neck, heavy head, lengthening that spine. And gradually come on up. Uncross the feet, and then go ahead and make your way down to a seated position. All right. And go seated twist next. Send your right leg straight out and cross that left foot over. Sit tall, you're gonna hug that leg straight in. Turn the head. If you want to go deeper, take your left hand, kind of crawl those fingers behind you. You can work that elbow on the knee. Turning the head, looking over that shoulder. Let's go 3 more breaths here. Breathe in, try to lengthen as you breathe in. Exhale. Still keep the length in your spine, but see if you can go just a little tiny bit more into that rotation. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, gently rotate. 1 more. And gradually release. Coming out of that side. In between sides, let's go a little straight leg toe touch, so both legs straight out. Kind of move the flesh of your bum up and out of the way. Sit tall and just gradually bow forward here. Reaching for the toes. This one can get a little intense, right, where the legs really start to shake. Don't go so far that you're in pain or discomfort.
This is when it's nice to have short legs.
Yeah, short legs can help. Short legs and long arms really help here.
Oh, and long toes.
Long toes, yeah, long toes help too. Oh. Good, when you're ready, come on out of that. And now we're gonna twist on the opposite side. So your right leg extends, left leg crosses over. Sitting tall, hugging that leg in to start. Do the same side.
No.
I'm on the wrong side.
Oh.
This way. Your, yeah, left leg straight, right leg in. All right, start to work that hand around. Lengthening as you breathe in. And when you're ready, go ahead and come on out. All right, final little bit, we're gonna come onto our backs to finish out the hour. So just roll on back. We'll go back to that double knee to chest to start. Started with that earlier in the hour. Good, revisiting the 2-knee twist, arms out to the side, drop the legs across, turning the head. Then you choose how far do you want to go into that twist. And then when you're ready, up and across, same thing other side. Turning the head. One more time each direction. Good, back and across. Fantastic. And then from here, let's go into a single leg twist. So you can take your right foot, either keep it, go ahead and straighten it out all the way. You want to extend that leg out. We'll start with a little bit of a glute stretch. So grab onto the front of the left shin, hugging it in towards the same side shoulder as you actively push your right thigh down. And you're going to gradually bring it across the body towards your right shoulder. And you should feel a little bit more in the glute here. You can glide the knee up and down here to try to find any stiff areas. And then if you're comfortable to do so, you can extend that leg And gradually let this leg come across the body. Here's where you could use like a pillow or a block, or you can just use your hand to support so you don't have to go too far into that twist. And then just like that toonie twist, turn the head so you're looking the other direction. When you're ready, go ahead and come on out of that. And we'll go same thing other side. Extend the left leg. Hold the right knee in, starting with that same knee to the same shoulder, actively pushing that left thigh down. And then we'll gradually bring it across the body, looking to open up into the glute area here. Or we can glide it up and down. And then when you're ready, you can start with the leg straight up. Use that left hand to kind of glide that right leg across the body, that single leg twist. And now your head's going to be looking over that right shoulder. Spend about 20 seconds here. Keep that breathing nice and relaxed. And release. Fantastic. All right, your choice on your final positions. If you're comfortable to kind of go into like that plow position, bring the feet up and over your head. That's a great option to really open up that low back and that neck area, but make sure you're comfortable with that. And when you are all done, if you can take a moment to yourself, just kind of lie here flat on the ground, focusing on the breath, clearing your mind. Just give yourself a little me time before you jump into whatever you have next. I'm going to leave you there with that. Drink plenty of water, and we'll see you next time.